Introducing The Greenhouse with your host, Biggs Outdoors.
Welcome to episode 6 of The Greenhouse from the Real Wrestling Show blog. My name is Biggsy and I will be running you through episode 6. Running through Elevation and running through Dark. We had a 52 or 50 something minutes for the first one, and then we had an hour and 47 for the second one. It's quite a long time to be watching squash matches, so I'm just going to run through these pretty quick, hopefully keep it within under 15 minutes, and awesome. So kicking it off, first match we had Thunder Rosa versus Kaya McKenna making her debut. Tony, this is nothing much to do with the match, but Tony Schiavone says Adam Cole can kiss his ass. Nice single leg takedown by Thunder Rosa. Nice single leg drop kick by Thunder Rosa. Terrible shots in the corner by Kaya. Terrible sell on the feign in the Irish whip by Kaya. Stiff drop kicks on the ropes by Thunder to the back of her and then to her face, and then the Thunder driver for the finish of the match. Thunder Rosa wins. Thunder Rosa, man of the match. Next up we had Anthony Bennett, Ray Jazz and Leon Giovanni, who I think was making his debut, versus the Gun Club. Not much to say. Gun Club new music, showing off heel moves, Colt 45 for the finish. Billy Gunn, man of the match, and the Guns win. Then we had match number 3, which was Uno and Colt of the Dark Order versus 5 and 10 of the Dark Order. Now, this was quite an interesting match. I didn't write too many notes for it because it's basically all about the storyline more than anything else. Double team dropkick fall away slam by 5 and 10 was quite nice. Nobody really wants to fight. Starts breaking down towards the end. People are then pushing, holding each other back, blah blah blah. Uno pulls off Alan Angel's 5's mask, and then 5 hits a slide pin for the finish. 5 and 10 win. I went with Cole Cabana, man of the match. After the match, 5 holds out the hand to Uno, but Uno rolls out the ring, therefore prolonging the storyline. So yeah. Match number 4, we had Mike Verner versus Orange Cassidy. Not much to this at all. Orange punch for the finish. Pointless match, but funny. Orange Cassidy wins. Orange Cassidy, man of the match. Proud and Powerful in match number 5. Private Party versus Teddy Goods and George Santi. I think they're both making their debuts, but I'm not exactly sure because they don't really debut people as single wrestlers anymore. They do debut them as tags, so it's hard to keep a track of them. Not much in this one. Decent display from Private Party. No hands, head scissor by Quen was probably the highlight. Gin and juice finish. And with Mark Quen, man of the match, and Private Party wins. Match number 7, we had Masha Slamovic versus Shida. This was one too bad of a match. Nice standing head scissors by Shida. Shida headbutt spring drop kick off the corner to Slamovic. That was quite nice. In the same corner. 6 snapdragon by Slamovic. That was cool. Dominated by Shida, which Eddie Kingston made a big thing of. I think it was Eddie Kingston. Diving forearm smash was quite nice. Katana finish by Shida. Shida wins. Shida man of the match. Slamovic is definitely one to watch. She's not quite there yet, but I do think that she's building pretty good. So yeah, keep an eye out for her. Then we had JJ. Who's JJ? I cannot remember. Joey Janella versus Sonny Kiss. Sonny Kiss on his own. Joey Janella has got Kayla Rossi in his corner, who her legs are fucking beast. Fair play. Getting into it. Absolutely brilliant match this one. Sonny fast start, moonsault to the outside to Sonny. Caught Janella on the head and his head started bleeding. Stiff elbow by Janella, distracting the referee. Rossi then hits a stiff spear to Sonny. Brainbuster on the outside by Janella. Gorilla press throw by Sonny. Really looked like he struggled on that. Not quite the move for Sonny Kiss. You know, it's more of a Brian Cagey, Will Hobbs type thing. But still, good to see other wrestlers doing that type of stuff. Missed standing moonsault by the knees by Sonny. It actually shows that he executed it, but he didn't. He basically backflips, and then as he lands crouched down, but he didn't make any connection whatsoever. And Joey Janela still sold it. Joey Janela swanton onto the apron. Sonny moves just out the way by the last second. That was very nice. Janela, blood gone in his eye. You could see all the blood trickle into his eye. That was quite mad. Sonny dive into the DDT. What? Sonny dive into DDT. Sonny by Sonny. Nice. I'm not sure what that means, but I wrote it. Spanish fly by Janela. Pile driver ×2 for the 2 count. elbow drop reversed into the crucifix pin by Sonny for the finish. And like I said, it was a brilliant match. It was a little bit of everything, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sonny gets the win. Sonny wins. Janella, man of the match for me. Like I said, absolutely brilliant match. After the match, Rossi attacks Sonny. Janella gets a chair, hits Sonny in the back. Chair is then laid upon Sonny, and then Rossi does a double stomp backflip. Was fucking amazing. Fair play. So yeah, looked very, very cool. Next up, we had the debut of Avery Good and JT Dunn, but I think JT Dunn has actually wrestled before. I don't think Avery Good has, though, unless it's been in a tag. And they were fighting Proud and Powerful. They were always going to get their ass handed to them. Pretty much a squash match. Typical Proud and Powerful. Animalised the green ones. There was no man of the match in this one. It was just Proud and Powerful won, Proud and Powerful man of the match, because they absolutely ruined the opposition. And then we had the main event of Elevation, which was QT Marshall versus Dustin Rhodes, the Natural. This was basically a bit of a grudge thing been going on BTE, blah 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 blah, elsewhere. So first up, Solo hits a sly shot. Mox tells Eddie to bury QT from a text message when they were on a commentary. I don't know why I wrote that down. Probably because it's going to build up the QT Marshall storyline. Then we had a big sit-out powerbomb by QT Marshall. That was very nice. Reverse DDT by Dustin was nice. Superplex by QT. Gets a 2 count. Code Red by Dustin. Not that great. Back and forth reversals. And then Dustin hits the Bulldog, which actually looked brilliant. So well done QT and Dustin for both pulling that off. Shattered Bollocks while the Fed is distracted. Shattered Bollocks being Shattered Dreams by Dustin. Lee Johnson attacks Solo. They fuck up off the ramp. Camera just about catches it from a long angle, which I think they should have probably caught it with the camera at the bottom of the ramp. Final Reckoning by Dustin for the finish of the match. Dustin wins. Dustin, man of the match. So yeah, it was a couple of good matches on this, but again, being Elevation, things are pretty much just, oh yeah, come in, let me kick the shit out of you. Who's going to win? Well, the one that nobody knows who their name is. So yeah, going to move on to AEW Dark, which had 14 matches, probably more, seems like more. Some really good matches on this one though. So kicking it off, first of all, we had Wardlow come out, and it's a promo. Basically says, you all got to remember this is still Wardlow's world. It was a nice little promo, but then it comes on to Wardlow versus JDX. And Wardlow basically took too long to get the job done. If it's Wardlow's world, let's get things done. But you're not. JDX hits a few shots, boot by Wardlow, 5 power bombs. Some of them were quite stiff. And then the knee jaw ward, the jaw ward, I'm calling it, which is basically the guy drops down from the corner. Finished by Wardlow. It should have just been powerbomb, 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 done. Actually, maybe I'm talking shit. This one was actually pretty fast. Normally, Wardlow just has the shit kicked out of him. So, yeah, maybe I'm wrong on that. Sorry, I do apologise. I watched it a couple of days ago. I've watched lots more stuff in that time. Next up, match number 2, we had Ali Catch, who is formerly known as Ali Cat, versus Big Swole. Ali Cat holding her own for a few minutes. Swole poor Dirty Dancing for the finish of the match. Ali Cat pretty much looked very blocky all the way through this. She's not very good. Swole wins. Swole man of the match. I hope Ali Cat doesn't have this whole, oh well, she used to have a name, blah blah blah, let's push her, because they've done that with Ruby Soho and that's not good either. Next up, match number 3, we had Chaos Project versus Proud and Powerful. Proud and Powerful owning Serpentico pretty much all the way through the match. Santana fake dive. Ortiz then hits a dive and is blocked by Serpentico being thrown by Luther. I was quite mad. Luther squashing Serpentico and Ortiz in a corner. Kicked by Luther. Serpentico ducks just to kind of be on the safe side when he's going for Ortiz. 3 Amigos by Santana. Flatline by Serpentico is very nice. Nice step up. Nice setup to the cutter from Santana. And then a double reverse suplex for the finish by Proud and Powerful. Proud and Powerful win. Ortiz man of the match. Match number 4, we had Dylan Mcqueen with a new entrance, or just having an entrance. The guy's not all that. He's only wrestled like 3 times. There's a lot better people that get entrances. I don't get it. Just because it's a factory. Again, is it all about Cody? Sounds like. Dylan McQueen versus Joey Janella. This should have been over very, very quick. Stiff elbows by Joey Janella. Senton blocked by Mcqueen. Rossi drops Mcqueen on the guardrail. Very tight DVD for the finish. Death Valley Driver by Joey Janella. Joey Janella wins. Joey Janella man of the match. Next up, we had Marina Tucker making her debut versus Tay Conti. Spinning facebuster by Tay. Tay KO. DDT for the finish. Standard out for Tay Conti. Nothing more about Marina Tucker. Tay Conti wins. Tay Conti man of the match. Next up, we had Luke Cameron. Not sure if he's making his debut. No, sorry. Luke Curtis and Cameron Stewart. I think Luke Curtis is making his debut. Not sure about Cameron Stewart. Versus Brock Anderson. Arn Anderson's son. And Lee Johnson. Shotty Lee. Brock Anderson, it's a groin snap, basically kind of like eat the feet but in his groin. That was quite nice. Uncoordinated double hip toss by the green ones. One of them slams down first, the other one slams down second. Irish whip along the ropes was very different by Brock Anderson, sorry. Shoulder tackles in the corner by Ann was quite nice. I mean Brock when I say Ann. Spine buster almost headbutting the floor by Brock. And then the frog splash finish by Shotty Lee, which, to be honest, bit of a lackluster match. Brock Lesnar, why do you have to call yourself Brock? Brock Anderson and Shotty Lee Johnson win, and I went with Brock, man of the match. Can't get my words out, man. That's because I'm feeling shit. Next up, we had an amazing match, which was Stallion Rogers making his debut, I believe, and Anthony Green making his debut, I believe, but I could be wrong. Anthony Green looks like a Johnny lookalike, Johnny Nitro lookalike, or Johnny Impact, whatever you want to call him. Johnny. They were good though. They were real good, these guys. Fucking hell, I've even gone off the page. Do you know what I mean? Like so, I must have had a good thing on this. They were fighting FTR. Nice mat reversals back and forth by Stallion and Dax. Nice smooth arm drags by the green one. I didn't know their names at this time. Green ones both evade being caught by FTR in a corner at different points in the match. So when FTR go to make the tag, they get out of the way and they're like, ah, nah, fuck that shit. Strange scoop slam by Cash after the miscommunication. Big Irish whip and a back elbow by Cash. Nice misdirection tag by FTR and then a double clothesline. With Cash running along the ropes on the outside. That was quite nice. Stallion seems like he ain't playing the game very well. And what I mean by that is he didn't seem to be selling any of the moves. He just seemed to be getting back up all the time, like, which I suppose it makes for a good match if you're going to get back up like everybody else does in AEW, you know what I mean? Like the Bucks, blah, 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 blah. They can just take a million hits and still be amazing. But yeah, they didn't seem to be selling the moves very well. Strange collision then by Dax into the back of Stallion after the Irish whip. It just didn't look professional, if you know what I mean. Spring corkscrew crossbody by one of the green ones was very nice. Thrust kick by Green. I don't know, I'm saying green ones. His name's actually Green. Yeah, spring corkscrew by Green. Thrust kick by Green. Speedy dive by Stallion, very nice. Roll up by Green, 2 count. Back and forth pins. Nice by Dax and Stallion. Dax hits a powerbomb into the pin, reversed by Stallion into another pin, which was fucking amazing. Stallion ducks the clothesline and then dives into Dax, who's on the floor already on the outside. That was pretty cool. Nice fireman backbreaker, real tight to his body by Cash. And then the front suplex finish, which was a bit of a weak finish, but the actual fireman's lifts backbreaker was quite nice. So that's the power in the move to follow up, I would think. Absolutely amazing match. Signed both Stallion and Green. What a brilliant debut if it was their debut. So FTR wins. I went with everybody man of the match in this one because I got to be fair, what an absolute brilliant match for a tag. So yeah, well happy with that. So next up we had Xtina K making her debut versus the Bunny. No need for this match whatsoever. Xtina not moving too smooth in a match all the way through, but does sell really well. Bunny wins, Bunny man of the match. Next up we have Marcus Cross versus Lance Archer. Lance Archer boots Cross off the apron when he's in the splits. Huge running squash in the corner by Lance, and then a bit of a scrappy suplex by Lance, but very nice, looks good because he needs to look gritty. Lance gives free shots to Marcus Cross, I think he hits him with like a cross chop or something like that. Like, if you're giving you free shots, man, you fucking drop kick him in the face. Choke slam, then the blackout finish by Lance Archer. Lance Archer wins. Lance Archer, man of the match. Next up, we had Dolph Ziggler and Peter Avalon versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order, and they are out with 10-5 and -1. Benoni grabbing the leg straight away early on, making a distraction. Dolph knocks Silver off the apron. Long dart by Silver, which is starting to become a staple move of his. Double suplex by Silver after a bit of back and forth, where first of all he sets it up to go for it, they reverse it, then it comes around and he does it. Very nice. Very nice, very evil. Cravat suplex, which is basically a twisting neck breaker without the twist, by Alex Reynolds, was quite nice. Nice fireman slam double team by the Dark Order. Spinning elbow, enziguri, stunner, German suplex, jackknife pin combination by Dark Order for the finish. So Dark Order win, and I went with Reynolds, man of the match. Next up, we had Daniel Garcia with 2.0 versus 5 with Dark Order, but no Cole Cabana, no Evil Uno, and no Stu Grayson. Not a lot on this one. 5 diving off the stage midway through the match. 2.0 grabbing 5's legs. Stiff kick by Garcia to 5. Mud stomps by Garcia were very nice to get the crowd to boo him. Crossbody collision was quite nice in the ring. Standing Spanish fly by V. By 5V. I wrote it as V. Shot drop kick by Garcia was nice. Koji clutch, distraction by 2.0. And then a bit of a Scorpion Deathlock for the finish by Garcia. Garcia wins, but I went with Alan Angel's man of the match, 5V, whatever his name is. Next up, we had Darian Bengston and Cole Carter and Sean Maluda versus The Factory. I don't know what I thought with this one. I've got very little notes on this one. Spin kick by Solo was proper sick. QT sucks chant, which he does garner that kind of response. Solo tags himself in. QT looks a bit pissed off at that, but and then Solo Como does exactly the same thing. Nice leg trap powerbomb by Como. Double team by The Factory, which was can't remember, and then a diamond cutter by QT Marshall for the finish of the match, getting his wins up on the expense of 2 semi-green ones. So yeah, The Factory win. I went with Commorato, man of the match. Next up, we had JD Drake versus Cole Cabana. This was a pretty good match, this one. Colt widens the leg stance of JD and then pulls him forward and slams his face into the mat. Very cool, but very theatrical. Benoni holding Colt's leg. Again, getting a bit bored of the Benoni shit. Nice belly to belly by JD. Huge chops back and forth by both, and that was a good bit in the match that they did that, and it looked good, 3 head elbows by Colt, the old boom, and then JD Drake goes down. JD missed the moonsault, and then Colt hits the moonsault for the finish of the match. It was a great match, like I said. Cole Cabana wins, but I went with JD Drake, man of the match in this one. Then we had the main event of Dark, which was Bear Bronson versus Eddie Kingston, and again, this was a great match. A very good, even matchup, this is. So we had brutal chops by Eddie early on, brutal cannonball by Bear, some real heavy hitting all the way through the match, very evenly matched, back and forth exploder suplexes by both. Bear says, "Now I'm going to break your neck," and then Eddie Kingston hits the 2 back fists, and that is the end of the match. So Eddie Kingston wins. I win with Bear Bronson, man of the match. After the match, Eddie grabs a mic and says, "Thanks you, Orlando," and then Lance Archer attacks Eddie Kingston. So that's all we got. So yeah, that's me running through Elevation and running through Dark. We will be getting another blog up for Dynamite's Grand Slam and Rampage Rampage Grand Slam, which we will run through either Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So yeah, this is the Greenhouse, episode 6. Check out all the other videos we got on the channel. Like, love, subscribe. Thank you everyone who shares. Thank you everyone who likes. Thank you everyone who allows us to share. And yeah, peace out. So catch you next week.